I'm here at the Blue Crosses, and you tell what's happening tonight here.
And we are just having rosary with IBAN Visionary and his group preparing for apparition at 10 o'clock. We have so many pilgrims at the moment, and still some of them, they're just arriving. And I would say I'm glad to see pilgrims to recognize Medjugorje as a holy place.
And let's introduce you.
Yeah.
You are from here, no?
I'm local person, and I'm from Medjugorje, born and raised, and I'm a local guide for English-speaking people here in Medjugorje, yes.
And
my name is Daniela, yes.
Daniela.
Chilic, yes.
And Daniela, you see all these people, changed the life of the people here, no? All this. You said there was a spiritual, what happened?
1981, on 24th of June, I can say it was the huge earthquake in spiritual way that turned this earth upside down, and especially for local people in that time, they never heard about apparition that Our Lady can appear on earth. So for them probably started. And it still goes on, because Medjugorje, it's not the place, it's not the one spot. Medjugorje, it's a movement that goes across the whole world. And I could say sometimes we might take this for granted and to not appreciate, like for monthly message when Our Lady, she's just repeating and people find same message every month. But I can say behind that we will never recognize how that was big, because when you start from one individual who had healing or conversion, it's a huge something. And I think in the future, when this goes now in the very good way, especially from the Vatican side, I think it will come out on surface what Medjugorje meant in last 42 years for whole world. Because she came to bring us peace, to call for us for peace, but I would say the main goal is the salvation of humanity. That's manhood, the salvation of the humanity, each of us. She comes here saying, I want you to be happy on the earth and to come to heaven. In the last message she said, God permits me to stay with you. I said, first invitation comes from God, He sent her. But now as a mother who cannot, as a real mother, she cannot look on children who still suffer in peace, because she still suffers for them. And that's why I see her as the mother who begged Father, saying, let me stay longer because I want to help him. And she invited us in one message saying, help me so that I could help you. So actually she cannot do nothing without us, but as well we cannot do as much without her.
Can you explain out of your point of view, what should we do for her?
For her, what she's invited us, first prayer. It sounds simple and sometimes boring because we repeat. Prayer is something that we should do more. And she said, pray till the prayer becomes joy. And then you will do that more. Through prayer and to fast, she said, even you can stop the wars and to prevent natural disasters. I remember 2004 when we heard about tsunami in Indonesia. Father Mario, he said, remember this. When big disaster happens, usually is that place when they don't pray to God anymore. And I can witness, like many people, because when I was a child, it was war here. Medjugorje was protected. I remember Vicka saying on the apparition hill where she says rosary, she said people come here, local people who stay here say rosary. On the other side of the hill we can hear the gunshot and everything. Imagine that, just one hill, like apparition hill, Cross Mountain Hill. It's important to recognize the meaning of this hill. And I'm asking and inviting everyone who comes here, when they come over here, to think about that. And I'm going to say for all pilgrims that Our Lady, she said, mostly of them they think local people, they are one who is more important to Our Lady. Some people they think our visionaries, they are most important to Our Lady. She said, each of you are important for the plan that God has with this parish and for whole world, each of you. So each person who comes here, like yourself, when you came here, you didn't know actually what you're doing, but now you see many people, especially in Ireland, they heard about Tom and his videos. So encouragement for us, especially during the lockdown, was when I saw American pilgrims coming here. For us, that was the hope. They came here, like many of them, searching for hope. So we are here, give them something that they could bring back home with a hope. That's what Our Lady, she is inviting us to be her apostles in every way. So anyone who comes here does not come without invitation. Our Lady invited because she has a plan. She chooses you and everyone who comes back home to witness. Not by saying, okay, you should go to Mass. No, you go to Mass. You be kind for your family, for your neighbors. Then they will recognize something happened with you. Something good happened. So that would be, I say, the main message. Simple. Our Lady, she is not saying, my dear Medjugorjean people. No, she calls their child. But everybody who finds her as a mother will read dear child in monthly message. She invites. She does not demand. You can say yes or no. She promised that her heart will triumph. So which means we know result of this. Depends of each us in which team we are. On her side of team or the other one, which is not nice one. So I would say that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And what would you tell people? Why come to Medjugorje?
Who?
What would you tell people? Why should they come to Medjugorje?
I cannot say nothing than to come and see.
Come and see.
Come and see, because whatever I say, it will come from my human words. Our Lady, she is bigger from each of us. I can say you can come in to pray, but when she puts something in someone's heart, we'll know better.
And confession is very important in Medjugorje.
It's a center of Medjugorje is a center of confessions. That's correct. Not only because we have those daily confessions, or for Christmas or Easter, but I can say many pilgrims that you could hear for many years, they had no confession, and they felt after praying on Cross Mountain or Apparition Hill, they felt like they had to go. No one forced them. No one said you should go there. They felt. That's what I say. I can say you should go to confession. It won't work same as Our Lady, she puts in the heart to go to confession. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
What would you tell people who are fearful to go to confession?
People from here. No.
What do you say, like people who are fearful outside, they listen, maybe I should go to confession, they're scared, what will the priest think of me? What would you tell them as a local from Medjugorje?
I will say something that our priest said, don't think about that, because even priests, they had to go to confession. It's hard for them. But when you feel as a person who had confessions after 20, 40 years, that probably they didn't think about what priest will think. They only felt joy and something to clean themselves to go for that. I would say that. So I can say the message is as well, Our Lady, she invites us for monthly confession. But this doesn't have to be like every month, or it could be every week, or depends how a person feels like that. But I would say, do not think about what priest will say. Think about that after you go out of confession. Actually, Saint Teresa of Calcutta, she said, after confession, actually you are saint.
Wow, so
because you're clean. Yeah.
And you pray the rosary? Yeah, you have it. There it is.
Yes, that's something that...
Why do you pray it?
Well, I can say maybe it's not nice to say this is kind of normal thing when you are from the early age. My parents, later my grandma, she would take me, especially during the war, to pray a rosary. So actually that's something that I grow and born with. So actually even today, as an older adult person, that's something that's very natural, that's very normal and very important. Because we have Mass, the most stronger prayer. But rosary is just before Mass or after Mass, or that's something I would say called medicine. Bible and rosary, especially during lockdown, I would say that was the first medicine for your mental and spiritual health.
And read the Word of God.
Yes, yes.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.